Hey guys, how you all doing? This is Mikhail from Live Salisha and welcome to another episode of Weekly Auto News. So let's get started. Our first story this week comes from Triumph and is perhaps the best news a biker can get this week. Triumph is offering to pay 3 of your EMIs on a new bike loan if you purchase a Speedwin, a Bonneville T100, a Bonneville T120 and a Speedmaster. Basically, Triumph is extending this as an effort to boost sales again as the market is facing a bit of a slump, and obviously terms and conditions apply in the scheme, and these are all BS4 models. The second story this week comes from Scuderia Ferrari, which is Ferrari's F1 division, as they have recently divided to part ways with Sebastian Vettel after 6 long years. His contract was supposed to expire at the end of a pretty non-existent 2020 F1 season, and this was a completely mutual decision, and Sebastian hasn't really commented on to where he's going to go next, so we wish him all the best. Next story comes from Maserati, as they've given us a much clearer look of the upcoming MC20 prototype. The MC20 prototype is said to be a super sports car dedicated to late legendary racer Sir Sterling Moss and will be making a debut in fall next year. The car is said to have about 610 horsepower with a V6 plugged underneath and is going to be a mid-engine car. The next story comes from Audi, and this is perhaps the most badass motoring story you're going to hear this week. They've introduced the Audi A8L Security in Russia, which is essentially an armored presidential vehicle. Audi claims that this car is capable enough of withstanding a hand grenade explosion, sniping shots, and even with completely deflated tires, it can travel up to speeds of 80 km per hour for 80 km. Now, there's no comment on whether or not this car is going to be coming to India, but it is right now in Russia. Part of the Harley Davidson Passport to Freedom experience, and after extending the warranties on their bikes, Harley Davidson is also offering to deliver them home now. Basically, you can go to their website, book a new Harley Davidson and have it delivered to you at your doorstep. Given the pandemic, Mercedes-AMG have decided that they are going to digitally launch 2 new super sports cars in India. First is the Mercedes-AMG C63 Coupe and the second is the GTR. Now, both cars will be launching on the 27th of May online, and the GTR is said to be the fastest car Mercedes have ever brought to India, that can go from 0 to 100 km per hour in 3.5 seconds. Our last story this week is actually a follow-up on a story that we did last month, where we spoke about the efforts of the auto industry in the fight against the pandemic. Basically, after creating face masks and face shields and even basic ventilators, Mahindra have finally gotten approval on their high-spec ventilator, which is going to be mass-produced very soon. This is great news, as the country is currently in great demand of ventilators across the country, and Mahindra have given us a guarantee that this is going to be reaching mainstream production very soon.